Hello people and welcome back. In today's video we are going to dive into something a bit different. If you are used to working with cold pressed or rough papers, you might be wondering what exactly makes hot pressed paper stand out. Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. And I will also share some tips and tricks on how to make the most of this smooth surface. So let's get into it. Well, what is a hot pressed paper? This is the essential question. The hot pressed paper, or HP for short, is a watercolor paper that has very smooth and velvety surface. Unlike cold pressed paper, which has a textured grain, the hot pressed paper is almost like glossy or satin paper. The surface is free of texture, it gives it a clean and crisp finish. This smoothness allows for fine detail work and precise lines, which makes it a great choice for certain types of paintings. First of all, the hot pressed paper has super smooth surface. One of the biggest advantages of hot pressed paper is its smoothness. This makes it perfect for those of you who like to work with fine lines and delicate details. Whether you are painting portraits, realistic textures, or tiny intricate designs, hot pressed paper lets you achieve that sharp, clean look without the interference of texture. Since the paper's surface is smooth, the colors blend more seamlessly. Wet on wet techniques tend to flow beautifully on this paper, giving you those soft and smooth transitions in color without the harsh edges you might get on more textured surfaces. This is perfect for gradients or subtle blending, especially in skin tones or soft backgrounds. Hot pressed paper is ideal for fine details, especially if you enjoy working with minimalism or precision. The smooth texture allows you to get in there with the smallest brushes and make every detail stand out clearly, which is harder to achieve on rougher or even cold pressed paper. But of course, every paper type has its trade-offs. Let's talk about some challenges you might face. Hot pressed paper is a bit less absorbent in comparison to cold pressed paper. This means that the watercolors tend to sit more on the surface, giving you less time to manipulate the paint. Drying times are quicker and you may need to work faster or use less water to get the effect you want. The smooth surface can be a double-edged sword. If you love the natural texture that cold pressed or rough papers give you, those beautiful brush strokes or grainy textures, then you might miss that with hot pressed paper. It's more polished, which means that it may not show much of your brushwork. So how do we work with the hot pressed paper to get the best results? Because hot pressed paper doesn't absorb as much water, you'll want to use a bit less water in your mixes. If you oversaturate the paper, you may end up with unwanted puddles or streaks. Keep it light and controlled. Take advantage of that smooth surface by focusing on small and detailed areas. Use fine brushes to add intricate details to your painting. For example, if you're painting a portrait, you'll love how easily you can define the eyes, lips and hair texture. Since hot pressed paper doesn't absorb paint as quickly, you can layer your paints in thin washes, build up color gradually, allowing each layer to dry before applying the next. This will give you more control and prevent paper from becoming too saturated. Glazing means applying thin layers of transparent paint over dry paint. This is perfect for hot pressed paper. It allows you to build up depth without losing the vibrancy of the underlying layers. I love using this technique to embrace shadows and highlight in my portraits. Hot pressed paper is perfect when you're aiming for clean, detailed and smooth results. It's great for projects such as realistic portraits with lots of fine details in it, or watercolor illustrations where precision is key, detailed botanical art or architectural sketches, or soft gradients and smooth transitions in color. In conclusion, hot pressed watercolor paper is a fantastic choice for fine details, smooth blends, and creating precise and realistic effects. It might take a little time to get used to, especially if you're more accustomed to textured paper, but once you embrace its unique qualities, it opens up a whole new world for creative possibilities. If you're interested in trying it out, I definitely recommend giving it a shot, whether you are doing portraits, botanical studies, or just experimenting with fine details. Let me know in the comments if you used hot pressed paper before and what your experience was like. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out any other future tips and videos. Thank you so much for watching and happy painting!